Hey son, be careful about that internet. It can be dangerous for a young mind like yours.
Relax, Dad. I'm just reading stories about my favorite characters. As a young boy with aspirations to one day publish a book, I spent a lot of time on Wattpad and AO3 and fanfiction.net, all those sites. And yeah, as you can probably guess, I stumbled on some things that I probably should not have been reading. For those of you who know, there are a lot of stories back then on those sites that had fruits in their description. Before people started using the word smut or spice to describe the mature content in their fanfiction or books, they were using a fruit scale. From what I can remember, lemon was like the smutty smut stories, and then lime was like hints of it. And then I think there were also other ones, such as grapefruits and oranges, but I have no idea what those meant. If you know, feel free to enlighten me in the comments. But anyway, looking back, I stumbled on a lot of stuff that I should not have been reading back when I was 10 or 11 years old. I'm pretty sure that the first mature fanfic that I ever stumbled upon was actually a Johnny Test fanfic, which is kind of insane to think about. Like, now that I'm an adult, I can't really understand why anyone would ever write that. Although, to be fair, I kind of wondered that about most stories written on Wattpad. Anyway, back to my 10-year-old self. If I can go back and change things, would I? Probably not. I mean, is that the right way to learn about that stuff? Certainly not. Was I scarred and confused for a few weeks? Oh yeah. Did I feel embarrassed for a month every single time Johnny Test came on TV? Absolutely. Yeah, that's a real clip from the show, by the way. I can't believe how many sound effects they used. But you know what? Reflecting on it, making this video, it's a solid canon event. And to be perfectly honest, I grew up playing hockey, so if I didn't lose my innocence this way, I definitely would have lost it pretty soon in the hockey locker room. Seriously, you should hear the mouths on some of these 11-year-old hockey players. Anyway, recently I made a reel talking about discovering stuff that you probably shouldn't have on fanfiction when you were 11 years old, and it went absolutely viral. And after reading a bunch of the comments, I realized that discovering smut at a young age is a canon event that a lot of us authors share. So I've decided to read and react to some of those comments. Then I'm going to go ahead and read some of the fanfics that scar people the most until I can't take it anymore. Speaking of, if you know of a horrific fanfic that you want me to react to, be sure to drop it in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, if you could drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Now let's read some traumatized comments. Because of the topic of this video, I'm not going to be putting the usernames of the comments or the actual comments on the screen, but I'll read them out loud as best I can. I assure you I've been working on my reading out loud skills. This one goes, the canon event of every kid that never had restricted internet access. For the record, I actually had restricted internet access. In fact, I had restricted internet access for half of high school. That was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, I'm sure if this video gets more than 100 views, there are going to be comments here and there about how parents have to be better with their kids. Listen, when there's a will, there's a way. And curiosity is the strongest of wills. But being serious for one moment, I think it's way more important to be open and trusting with kids. That way, when they do stumble on something bad on the internet, which they will, they trust you to talk about it. Also, the internet and technology is always growing. It's hard to block everything. But anyway, I'm not a parent, nor do I plan on being one anytime soon. So moving on. This one goes, lemons? I like lemons. Oh no, that's not lemons. I liked lemons too. Me getting asked for lemons in my Wattpad fanfics and not knowing what it means, so putting actual literal lemons in the next chapter? That's pretty funny. People are expecting smut and the chapter's literally about a lemon. This comment goes, Wattpad on the school Chromebook. Not the school Chromebook. I hated my Chromebook. It sucked. Me accidentally discovering and then being traumatized by the water sports tag. I thought they were going to the pool or beach or something. Yikes. Went a little too deep into Minecraft videos. Yeah, Minecraft and YouTube do not mix to make a safe environment for children. Genuine question, is there a single Minecraft YouTuber that's actually a genuine person? I genuinely feel like for the longest time, every single week, there was like a Minecraft creator getting accused of something horrific. That being said, I can only imagine what was going on in the Minecraft fanfiction world. I'm gonna have to check that out, aren't I? Inserts himself. Inserts himself where? The Hatfic. Frowny face. Frowny face indeed. Do not read the Hatfic. I repeat, do not read the Hatfic. I read it 2 weeks ago when I was first going over these comments. I also don't even know who the actual people are who it's about. And to be honest, that doesn't even matter. What does matter was there was a hamster. And knowing how disturbed people were with this fanfic, I had a pretty good guess of what was going to happen with that hamster. My mind went to a pretty dark place. And yet somehow I was wrong. It was so much worse than I thought it would be. Seriously, if you haven't already, do not read it. Or do read it. It's your life, I guess. This last comment goes, Wattpad made me gay. On that note, I think that's enough comments. So anyway, now I'm going to go on Wattpad and read through some of the stories or tropes that people mention in the comments until I want to gorge my eyes out. Really quickly though, I haven't been on Wattpad in a while, and I just saw Europa, the book I wrote in 1 week for my challenge, hit 6.3 thousand reads and 405 votes. So for those of you who read Europa, thank you so much. To all of you who haven't read Europa yet, please don't. It absolutely sucks. I basically wrote and released Europa for a challenge to write an entire book in 1 week, so yeah, it's really bad. The video I made to go along with Europa is also pretty bad. I did this challenge a year ago, and I've come a long way as a content creator in a year. On the topic of spicy content, I would actually give Europa a Lime rating. The focus of the story is a woman leaving her entire life behind to try to discover life on Europa. There are 147 parts of this, and only one of them includes a spicy scene, but it's there. I kind of regret writing it, and I definitely regret talking about it in this video, but if you're interested, it'll be linked in the description below. Also, the video where I take on the challenge to write an entire book in 1 week will also be linked at the end of this video in like the box and like the side. Anyway, what was I doing again? Oh right, I'm reading horrifying fan fiction, so I want to gorge my eyes out. A lot of people in the comments were talking about a milk fic, so I'm gonna look that up and see what that's all about. Um, Whoever wrote that, or anyone who enjoyed reading that, please seek professional help. I genuinely have no further comment. That was maybe not quite as bad as the hat fic, but close, really close. It seems like it took a pretty decent amount of effort to write too, so like, why? Why? I need something a little bit more upbeat. I think somebody mentioned a Barry B. Benson fanfic, so that can't be bad, right? Who am I kidding? Of course it's gonna be bad. I mean, now that I think of it, it's probably gonna be worse. But to be fair to whatever disaster I'm about to read here, what were the original creators of that movie thinking? In the actual movie, there's so much tension between the bee and the woman. You should be ashamed of yourself, Jerry Seinfeld. Here we have Barry B. Benson times Reader. True Love, Shrek times Barry B. Benson times Shaggy. Who writes this shit? Gru times Shrek, a love story. Logan Paul times Barry B. Here we have Elon Musk times Barry the Bee. I feel like I have to read this out of morbid curiosity. Barry softly brushed Elon's ankle with his foot. Elon softly whimpered as he felt his touch. He slightly flinched. Elon looked at Barry with the flushed, pinked cheeks. Barry discreetly smirked at his reaction. He wanted to make a move, but he knew it was too early to. He asked the question. That sentence makes no sense. There are a few grammatical errors here and there, but because of the creative vision, I'll give it a pass. So this story doesn't have a lot of reads. It only has one comment. It says false advertisement. I guess this commenter wanted a more graphic depiction between Elon Musk and Barry the Bee. I kind of want to give this story a star just for shits and giggles. Can other people see what I voted on? Too late, I did it. A lot of the comments were talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, so I'm going to go ahead and check that out. Sonic's Alpha, Movie Sonic times Reader, Sonic ate my toe, Obama times Sonic, big mistake, Sonido. In the fanfic, Shadow gets Sonic pregnant. I'm gonna go ahead and gorge my eyes out now. Yeah, I'm done.